So we are united, all in the family. When we heard on Thursday that Reverend Julia was going to be returning to be your minister, I started thinking about saying goodbye. And how is it that we can come to say goodbye? And so I went to this good published book, Saying Goodbye, A Time of Growth for Congregations and Ministers. I read the first chapter and I didn't like it very much. That's not what I wanted to hear. So then I started looking around my bookcases. Well, I started with the children's section, because you know me, that's always my favorite. I got out my Noah's Ark play mat, had a bit of fun with the kids, and I thought of the children at Strathroy United. And I thought, there is a good and strong future at Strathroy United, because there is life, and there is love, and there is dedication to our children. And as I moved along the bookcase, I came to the Youth Workers Handbook. And I thought, maybe I should leave that one at Strathroy United, because maybe we need a little more dedication to our youth and our young adults, because sometimes they're a little shy and a little thin. How can we share the good news with our friends of all generations? My time here has been immensely blessed, and I have shared it with rich and deep prayer and life. And then I got to the bookcase that said conflict management. We had a little bit of that too. Our time here has been about how do we engage with one another in ways that are life-giving. And conflict isn't always bad, because it's about hearing people's passions. It's about hearing where people are and how they want to fully engage with the world. And how do we learn out of that conflict how to be good listeners and healthy responders? How do we feel the fear and do it anyway? Be fully engaged for the life and the faith and the gospel of Jesus Christ. How do we share united as a family? I remember one of my incredible heroes, the time that I spent in South Africa, and Nelson Mandela's long walk to freedom. Sometimes who we are called to be are people who journey on a long walk to freedom. I came for the season of Advent, and I found myself still here during the season of Lent. We journeyed some of that walk together, some of that time where we learn to give up and learn to share richly. Ministry is about the journey, and being in a family is about journeying with one another. There are times when together as a family, we need to confess. We are open to hearing not just the darkness of our own hearts, but the light that God is ready to shine in our own hearts. We are a people of faith. We are a people called to live largely, openly. So, God is no laughing matter. This is real work, good work, serious work, but a whole lot of fun along the way. So what do? We listen and we learn to our callings, who we are called to be. I have had the deep pleasure of being able to serve and to share in ministry with you. I have had the deep pleasure of having 5 weeks turn into 5 months. I have had the deep pleasure of hearing your stories while I sit at your kitchen table and sharing your gospel, sharing your fear, sharing your surprise and wonder. I've had the deep pleasure of being able to pray with you. I've had the deep pleasure of being able to offer to you a simple meal of bread and wine. These are all acts of ministry, and these are all acts that I leave with you, hoping that you too will share them with one another. Ministry will continue with Reverend Julia healthy and well, with the transition team coming back to look forward to what is next. But ministry will also continue with each of you, reaching out to one another, sharing in the good news of Jesus Christ, sharing in the simple meal of bread and cup, sharing in the stories of our lives. We are called to be together, to live and to love. Mitch Albom wrote a wonderful book, The 5 People You'll Meet in Heaven. Look around, for this indeed is a glorious day where heaven is here amidst us, in the living, in the loving of people. Dr. Seuss is not to be outdone. The wise and witty prescriptions for living from the good doctor. Who we are is about who we share life with, who we love, how we engage in relationship. So, this is One Beside My Bedside, a simple novel I'm just finishing up, The Footprints of God. Surely every step that I have taken here in my time at Strathroy have been nothing but footprints of God and footprints with God. I have walked this journey with you, and it has been my pleasure. I have walked this journey with God, and it has been my service. I've walked this journey with Jesus, and it's been nothing short of a love affair. For you, and for what you have offered to me and to Donna, I say thank you. To God and what God has offered to this place in ministry and in its people, I say thank you. And to Jesus and what Jesus offers to each and every one of us, from the blessings of our first dip in the water until our final days here on earth, I say thanks be to God. And for that, all the people can say, Amen.